If you're thinking about moving to northern Utah, specifically the Ogden and surrounding area, one of the most important things you're probably asking yourself is what does it actually cost to live here? And honestly, it depends. Depends on where you're coming from, your lifestyle, your housing situation, what you're looking for. All of those things will determine your actual costs. So let's break it down. Hi, I'm Jaron. I help people move to northern Utah, specifically the Ogden and surrounding area, all the time. If you're looking to make a move, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I'm always happy to help. So in this video, I'm going to break down actual costs. What does it cost to live in northern Utah, specifically the Ogden area, on a day-to-day basis? So housing, starting with condos and townhomes, more high-density housing. You can expect to pay around $300,000 to $400,000 for a condo or a townhome here. There are some condos that you might get sub 300,000. They might be smaller, studio type idea or one bedroom in that price range. They're a little more rare and the areas may not be as good. So if you can get into $300,000 to $400,000 range, your area, your size are going to be a little bigger and a little better. So, and then moving on to townhomes, 400 to 500 is what we're talking for townhomes, depending on the location and size. And then single family homes, smaller homes, you can get into $300,000, $400,000 range, but they're probably not going to be in the best area. Again, they're going to be smaller, 1 or 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, size along those lines for that price range. Then for single family homes, we're talking 400 to 500,000. You'll be able to get maybe a 3 bedroom, 1 or maybe 2 bathroom home in that range in a little better neighborhood. Some of those are in the rougher neighborhoods too, depending on the size and how updated there are. Ogden's been around since the mid to late 1800s, so there are some historic homes around that may need some updating. So if you're up for putting in some sweat equity, there are opportunities like that here as well. You're okay to pay a higher price, you're going to get move-in ready. And then once we hit the $500,000 plus to $600,000 plus range, you're talking a newer home in a nicer area, larger home, 2,000-3,000 plus square feet, 4, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms or so. So that's what you can realistically expect to pay when you're looking at homes in the Ogden area, depending again on what you need. Okay, so utility costs here, they're pretty standard for most of the nation. I've noticed my city bill is usually around $100 a month. That's water, sewer, trash. And then my electric bill, anywhere from 60 to 150, depending on the season. If it's summer and I'm running the central cooler, then obviously my bill is going to be a little higher for the electricity. And then gas bill, kind of the same story, depending on summer and winter. Right now, my gas bill's $30-$40. And then moving into the winter, it goes up to 80-90. If the wife turns up or one of the kids turns up, the thermostat may be 100 for the gas. And then it's spring. There's a lot of pollen in the air, excuse me. And then we're talking, let's see, I got water, sewer, trash, I got electricity, and I got gas. Then we can talk about internet. So we actually have fiber here. They just put it in. That's only $35 a month, super fast, nice price for the internet. So that's always good. And then, so like I said, utilities, pretty standard. Utah is kind of pretty close on to par for nationwide utility prices. Now, groceries and cost of living items, we have a lot of the big box stores around. IKEA is only about an hour south of us here. So if you want to get some nicely priced furniture at IKEA, you can head down there, get some stuff from IKEA. We also have RC Willey if you want some more expensive stuff. And then Of course, Walmart. We have the Super Center right down the road here in Ogden. And then we've got a new Target coming into the North Ogden area as well. My wife's excited about that. And then for hitting groceries a little closer, so we do have all the main chains. We have a Winco too. They only take cash or debit cards, so they're able to keep their prices a little lower on groceries at Winco for that reason. And then, of course, Walmart for groceries. We have Smith's, which is Kroger brand, and then some small local chains like Lee's and Macy's and Harmon's. Those stores are kind of nice because they carry local specialty items. So keep an eye out for those at some of the small local chains. Those are always good. Cost of groceries, of course, are pretty well on par for the nation. We tend to be a little less, I feel like, than other places. As we've traveled to other states, seems like some things are more expensive there than they are here. So that's kind of nice. A little bit of a lower grocery bill for you here in the Ogden area. And then for transportation and commuting expectations and costs, there's lots of jobs here in the Ogden area and surrounding communities. We have a good economy, labor market's strong, lots of people hiring. So you shouldn't have to commute too far. If you work in Salt Lake and wanted to live in Ogden, I know a lot of people that do that. The commute honestly can get a little rough. I-15 corridor, especially if there's an accident and there is construction right now, the traffic can get backed up. And in Utah, they jokingly say we have two seasons, winter and construction. Anytime it's warm enough outside, Utah is working on their roads, which, is a good thing. But at the same time, when you get stuck in it, it's not, it's nobody's favorite thing. So we do have lower gas prices than a lot of other states. Right now, of course, with the war in Iran, we've got gas prices all the way up at $4.50 a gallon, and diesel is like $5.60. So if you drive a diesel, my condolences. That's rough. $4.50 for regular gasoline is hard enough without adding another $1 plus to that for diesel. And then in Utah, of course, we have a lot of value when it comes to the outdoor scene. So I love living here for that reason. We live right by the North Ogden Divide. We're able to pop right up to Pineview Reservoir, which has some nice beaches. And then in the winter, the ski resorts are just right up the North Ogden Divide, 15 minutes from our house, which is awesome. We love going to Nordic Valley. Powder Mountain is up there, and then Snow Basin to the south of there. So 3 nice ski resorts here in the Ogden area that we're able to enjoy. And then, of course, we have a lot of hiking and mountain biking and lakes and rivers. A lot of people float the Weber River in the summer, which is super fun. And then Causey Reservoir is up in the mountains, and it's beautiful up there. Very idyllic scenery. And no motorboats allowed on Causey, so it's great for kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, swimming, fishing as well is pretty good up there. They actually have kokanee salmon in Causey Reservoir, so it's fun in the fall to go see the kokanee salmon running up the streams from Causey Reservoir. They turn super red, so it's cool. So lifestyle value here for that. If the outdoors are your scene, that adds a lot of value. So for me, I feel like it's worth living here for sure, for a lot of those reasons. But there's pros and cons about anywhere you decide to move. So if you are looking to make a move and Ogden or the surrounding area is on your radar, feel free to call, text, email, reach out anytime. I'm glad to help.